Greetings, sports fans nationwide. You have entered the Sports Opinion Log here on LexAnderson World. And last night, the return, the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania 37 in Tampa Bay, Florida, Raymond James Stadium. History was made. Main eventing, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, two women of color for the WWE Smackdown Championship. And of course, let the words ring true, and new WWE Smackdown Champion, the EST of WrestleMania, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair is champion, and I will get into that a little bit more later because it was truly a night to behold. There was an early rain delay, 30 minutes in, but it was definitely worth the wait. Humanity continues to move on. WWE, Vince McMahon, the superstars, the people behind the scenes had held us down during the early stages of the coronavirus pandemic. And the man that led that charge was Drew McIntyre, who was literally the first man out, taking on WWE Men's Heavyweight Champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley. Both men, 17 and 16 years respectively in their field, having become champion, reaching the greatest pinnacle in WWE and sports entertainment history. And me, being a man of color, was happy to see Bobby Lashley retain the title, putting the hurt lock on Drew McIntyre, who passed out. He didn't tap out, and the match was over. Shane McMahon, you got to give him so much props. The man is over 50 years old. He still comes through for the biggest show of all shows, high-flying steel cage match, losing to Braun Strowman, of course, who, again, monster among men, ripping open the steel cage. Shane hit him with the coast-to-coast drop kick, but ultimately Braun Strowman throwing Shane McMahon off the top of the steel cage and following up with the power slam, laid him to waste. And speaking of laid to waste, how about AJ Styles and Omos, 7'3", 400 plus pounds, taking on the New Day, 11-time WWE Tag Team Champions, of course, in the Raw division. And it was pretty much 2-on-1 as they kept AJ cornered. But when he made the tag to Omos, it was a wrap. And we now have new Raw Tag Team Champions, Omos and AJ Styles. And honestly, at this point, I don't see anyone taking them down on this tag team title reign. And also, title reign, how about Grammy winner, Latino American artist, superstar, Bad Bunny, teaming up with Priest, taking on The Miz and Mike Morrison in truly one of the greatest matches for a celebrity civilian like Bad Bunny to put on the show that he did. He was high flying. He was electric. He had the Bunny Destroyer, the inverted pile driver to Morrison, and him and Priest picked up the win. And honestly, the performance that Bad Bunny had, just stamp it, put him in to the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame immediately. That's how amazing his performance was. And speaking of performance, singles competition, Cesaro, nearly 10 years in the company, as the Messiah Seth Rollins pointed out, never a single WrestleMania match until Cesaro beat Seth Rollins to earn his first ever singles match in WrestleMania. And the cheer, the roar from the crowds, 26,657. It was electric as everybody was definitely pro Cesaro. The woman who was the EST of NXT, the EST of WWE, the EST of WrestleMania. Again, two African American women of color. Sasha Banks, 5-time WWE champion, taking on the most athletic, the fastest, the quickest, the strongest. She's got the beauty, she's got the brains. Bianca Belair in a match of the Savvy veteran versus the woman gifted with athleticism and power unlike any we have ever seen before. And it is Bianca Belair who came out on top. And how about the beauty of her WrestleMania moment? Crying / fighting back tears in the ring before the start of the match. That is what it's all about. Sasha Banks was definitely outpowered, but she was using her ponytail against her, landing some significant strikes, almost put her away, but the power of Belair with the suplexing, bouncing her off the ring ropes, and then benching her over her head, it was just totally crazy. I mean, like, Sasha Banks tried to hit her with the backstabber, but it was reversed. She hit her with her braid, and you could hear the thwack echo reverberate throughout Raymond James Stadium. She hit her with the KOD, and it was 1, 2, 3. New WWE SmackDown's Women's Champion, once again, Bianca Belair. And having laid eyes on this young woman from the first day I saw her, you knew superstar. And for her to get the push that she has earned and gained and garnered, it's truly a beautiful day. Being an OG of wrestling, my first match, Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheik in 1984. And here we are today, or should I say Saturday, April 10th, 2021. WrestleMania was main evented, headlined by 2 women of color who put on a show that will truly forever be remembered as an instant classic. And in closing, let's not forget about the women's tag team turmoil match, which would determine who would take on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax tonight for WrestleMania Part 2. It was Natalya and Tamina who got past Lana and Naomi, Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, the Riot Squad, and Billie Kay and Carmella. However, the only thing that perplexes me about that is why would you have Billie Kay, you break up the Iconics, only to have Billie Kay tag team with Carmella? That makes no sense. However, I'm not on WWE's creative, so what do I know? I'm just a top 1%er and the people sportscaster who will say what the nationwide sports leader, Foxy's corporate shell, sold their soul. It's all about the almighty dollar, and it is about the dollar. But thankfully, Vince McMahon, the advertisers, we persevered. You and I, WWE Universe, shout to my girl, Desi Robin, 2, 3, and another Bianca. Thanks for coming through. She got to experience and feel the magic of WrestleMania and the WrestleMania moments. And that is all that anyone can ever ask for. And we have more coming on later tonight. So I will definitely be back Monday with WrestleMania Part 2. Until next time, sports fans, nation, and worldwide, WWE Universe, Lex Anderson signing out.